times when the team was really attacking in transition. You know, that second half with Ivy downhill, thought really tightened the game up, and Cunningham obviously had a big night. But I was, you know, any win you get in this league is a good win, and you know, Detroit competed, we competed, and our guys did a good job of making plays when we needed to.
Trey's had 30 points and 10 assists in 4 straight games. Did you feel like he's sort of been the best group of his career?
I know from my perspective, the things that he's doing, you know, getting us in the flow of the game early, you know, and letting the game come to him is really important. And I think there's other things that I'm not concerned about his numbers. I wasn't early in the year, and I'm not now. There's some things that, you know, I want to see him continue to do, and he'll be even more efficient. The thing that you know, that he's doing to me that is impactful too is his guarding, and you know, that's our whole group. You know, just everybody's got to hold themselves to a standard, and you know, him in particular, because he's on the point of the ball. But when he's picking up at a timeout or a free throw, those things I think are good for his mindset. And as you mentioned, he's been efficient. There's a couple of situations I want to keep showing him where I think he can be even more efficient. But he's doing a good job. He's playing the right way.
Coach, both Clint and DeAndre, they pushed through injuries to play tonight. Can you just talk about their presence and how big they were on the floor tonight?
Yeah, you know, we obviously didn't have Clint for the Cleveland game, and you can feel that. And Dre was on a minutes restriction. He wasn't in tonight. Those two guys are really important for us. I loved how aggressive DeAndre was when he came out, you know, at the beginning of the game, and then hit a huge shot, the corner three that he made late. It was just a big shot, and we have a ton of confidence in him taking those shots. He drew a tough matchup tonight too. You know, and we were doing some things where Cunningham, he was going to get to his mid-range, and then sometimes when a guy gets going, they're harder to guard. But Dre had a really good game. It was good to have him. He's been playing through, you know, some bumps and bruises and aches and pains, and a dislocated finger. Not to, you know, belittle that, but he's been terrific, just coming out and competing.
Garrison had that sort of 3-point play there early in the game where he made the first 3, drew the foul, missed the free throw, and then they got the ball back. And just how much does the hustle of this team kind of come through tonight against this team that plays hard?
You know, Garrison, that's what he's done. He's competed. He's coming in and drawing charges. Wes has done the same thing. Tonight, Seth, you know, we got Seth on a flight this morning, and he was ready to go. It was good to see him. You know, Ryan Schmidt's done a great job. I mean, the stuff that he was in the game at one point with Trey, and we were just playing out of concepts, and he knew right where to be. You know, that's a credit to Ryan and the job that he's doing with those guys in College Park. So that's, you know, you saw how important that was tonight, especially when Wes banged his knee, whatever. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but he had to leave the floor, and at that point, we're glad we had Seth come back.
I was actually going to ask you about Seth and that process, because I figured he had to have come in today. What's that even like behind the scenes to know that you might have to use a guy that hasn't even been with you the last couple of days?
You know, I think that's part of this league, you know, and being down bodies. I know Bogey wanted to be out there. He's not ready yet. Hopefully he'll be back soon. You know, and I think, again, the thing that's important, and that, you know, obviously we don't see every other team, but I'll emphasize it again, you know, what's going on in College Park with our guys and the way they're being coached. You know, I have a lot of confidence in Seth. You know, you put him in the game and he's going to shoot. I think his teammates have the same confidence. And shoot when he's open, he's going to compete. So it's good to see. That's the way it's supposed to be. You know, you're working, and you don't know when that time may come. You know, you could be in Disney World and all of a sudden you get a call and be on a plane. Fortunately, there's a lot of flights to Atlanta.
When you coach, or your cameras,
Okay, sorry.
Good. When you guys
These are
have-
bright. So go ahead. Yep.
When you have a quarter shooting wise as good as you guys had in that first quarter, you tied a season high with 9 threes, then you followed up in the second quarter, you guys didn't make any threes.
Yeah.
Does that change kind of the way you guys approach second half offense, or like, I don't know, how does the mindset work there?
You know, I think the biggest thing when we miss, one, I thought tonight our transition defense was not what it's been. You know, if we crash the glass, sometimes we come up with those missed threes. That's part of the game. We have to keep shooting, which we did. But that's kind of the ebb and flow. You know, that's got to be built into our mindset, and particularly even when they go in, sometimes there's a tendency to kind of, you know, to pause for a second before you get back. And the biggest thing to me is if we aren't shooting well, you know, that's when we need to make somebody playing half court and not let them run against us. And that's been something that obviously has been a point of emphasis. But as far as the ball going in, the biggest thing to me is to keep shooting, you know, and then hopefully we can defend during those portions, because like you said, we have a big first quarter, and you know, don't make shots in the second quarter. We got to keep playing and keep guarding.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay.